Good afternoon, students. Can you all hear me? Okay, fine. So today we are going to see this motional EMF due to the rotating rod. Okay, we had not completed it yesterday. We'll cover it up today. Okay, and few more topics are there. Almost around half an hour topic maximum will be there, I guess. Okay, so after that we'll take a doubt clearing session. Okay, so whatever doubts you'll be having today after half an hour probably, okay, or 15 minutes, last 15 to 20 minutes, we'll be doing that, okay, and then tomorrow we can take the questions of this chapter, of this portion, okay. Still there is lot many things to be studied, so today we'll try to cover this motional EMF topic, okay. So just see here, I guess I have already explained this, okay, about this figure, right? I have already explained about this figure. So what is the situation over here, that we have a rod, okay, this rod is over here. If you can see, this is a rod over here, this is a rod, okay, and in this, dude, this rod is rotating, okay, this rod is revolving, and from x distance, okay, from the center at x distance, we have taken this element, if you can see what I'm highlighting right now, okay, what I have highlighting right now. So there is a, that's a element, and that element is moving with the velocity v. That element is moving with the velocity v. Okay. Now that element is moving with the velocity v. The angular momentum, the angular velocity of the rod is omega. Now what we have to do is we have to calculate the motional EMF over here. So can anyone tell me? What is the motional EMF induced due to that small portion? So if I want to calculate, okay, I guess the figure is clear to all of you. So now what I'm interested in calculating is the motional EMF, okay, motional EMF due to that small element. Once again, you can see the figure. Once again, you see the figure, okay, the motional EMF due to that small element. So motional EMF due to small element. Yes. What is that? That is DE. DE is a small EMF. Okay. Now, V is the velocity. B is the magnetic field. So B is the magnetic field. Okay. V is the velocity of the element. So BV into DL. BV into DL. Is that correct? BV into DX. Sorry, DX. Okay. DX. That element is having a size DX. Sorry. Yesterday we had assumed it at DX. So we'll stick to that and DX. This DX value. All of you can see this, I guess. This is the DX value, the element size. This element size is DX. Okay. That is DE, induced EMF. Okay. Yeah, there is a negative sign. There will be a negative sign. Okay. Induced EMF, there will be a negative sign. Okay. Everywhere I'll not put the negative sign. Okay. Wherever it is necessary for me, okay, in questions and all, I'll be using. Everywhere we know that it is opposing. It is opposing. That's why we are using this negative sign. Everywhere now I'm not going to use it. Okay. So don't be confused that negative sign I'm using, I'm not using. So as per the requirement, I'll be using it. As per my requirement, I'll not be using it. Okay. Yeah, integration we will use here. Wait, we have done for the element. Wait a minute. Still, this is not finished. The total EMF. Okay, the total EMF. Total EMF. Okay, induced. Total EMF induced across this rod. This rod is suppose PQ. Okay, total EMF induced across PQ. Okay, so what I will do, I have to integrate. So EMF, total EMF, I have to integrate this. DE, I have to integrate it. I have to integrate BV dx. Okay, from where to where will I integrate? Can anyone tell me that? If L is the length of the rod, if small L is the length of the rod, if small L is the length of the rod, from where to where I will integrate it? From where to where I'll integrate it? So length of the rod I'm writing over here. I'm not getting the answers. Yes, only one student has written Surya. Good. Anybody else? Integration limits from P to Q. What is the value of P to Q? L to X. How L to X will be the limit? L is the length from L to X. Vimal, also you have written correct. Deepika, you have written correct. What you're asking now, Raju? L to X is wrong. L to X is wrong. What is L? What is X? So PQ is length. Okay, PQ length is L. Okay. 0 to L. 0 to L. It's very obvious. 0 to L. See here. We are taking this point as a reference. No? So if this is the point of reference, and from here if we have measured X distance, so this point will be 0 and this complete length will be L. Yes. So 0 to L is the integration limit. Okay. 0 to L will be the integration limit. Fine. Now, what value of velocity you can write? Can I write it as omega into x? Yesterday I would have told you that velocity is written as r into omega. Okay. Now over here I can write as x into omega. Okay, x into omega I can write. So now see here, EMF is equals to integral from 0 to L B x omega into dx. Okay, I've substituted. I've written V is equals to omega into x. I've written V is equals to omega into x. Okay, because it is rotating at x distance, because that element is x distance from the omega. Okay. Now see here. When you integrate this, what will I get? EMF induced. B omega is constant. I will take it outside. Okay. So I'm getting it here. X square by 2. Integration limits from 0 to L. And when you do this, I will be getting it as half B omega L square. So EMF induced. Okay. So induced EMF E is equals to half B omega L square. Is there any doubt now? Is there any doubt in this? Yes. Is there any doubt in this? I can use right hand palm rule. Okay, to find out which portion of the rod will be high potential and which point will be low potential. So yesterday, what did I tell you about the right hand palm rule? Just see here, recall it. It is in front of your screen. Okay, it is on your screen. Just see what you have to do for right hand palm rule. Your four fingers should point towards magnetic field. Your thumb should point towards the velocity of the rod, and then wherever your palm faces, that will be the high potential end. Okay, apply the same thing over here. Apply the same thing over here on this rod. On this rod, all of you apply the same thing, and then tell me which end will be at higher potential. Which end will be at higher potential? Which end will be at higher potential? All of you apply it and then tell me. Yes. Okay. So Stanley, Ganesh, Gautam, Vimal, Gautam. Okay, all these people have got correct answer. Balaji, Nagraju, anybody else? Only these people have got the answers. Remaining, what you are doing? Put your four fingers onto the plane of the paper so that it points towards inward. Okay, it goes inward. Okay, then your thumb should be towards this velocity direction, okay. Your thumb should be pointing like this, towards this, okay, in this direction along the y-axis. Then you will see that your palm faces towards p. You will see that your palm is facing towards p. Okay, so you will find that p is end p. Okay, end p is positively charged or high potential. Okay, and the end q is negative. Okay, or I can say it as high potential end, and this as low potential end. Without hinge you cannot rotate it. Without hinge, Ganesh, you cannot rotate it. If there is no hinge, how will you rotate it? If there is no hinge, how will you rotate it? Okay, so rotation can be only done here if you are hinging it. If you're not doing that, how you can rotate it? That's the thing. Okay, so I hope you have understood this motional EMF due to a rotating rod. Fine. Anybody else is having any doubt in this now? Is there anyone who is having doubt in this? Okay. So now we are going to see a small concept, a very small concept, okay, that will be useful for you to solve the question. Okay, that will be very useful for you to solve the question. Okay, so now actually what we are going to do is we'll have a conductor, a rod, okay, and we'll make it to move in a different orientation. We will make it to move in a different orientation. Okay, different orientation means sometimes it will be perpendicular. Okay, sometimes it will be perpendicular to the magnetic field. Sometimes it will be like along the magnetic field, okay, such that no flux is there, and sometimes a partial flux will be cutting and partially it will not be cutting. So all the things I'll draw on a figure. Okay, try to draw the figure so that you can understand it. So suppose this is a region. Okay, I'm just trying to draw a 3D figure so that it is pivot joint only we can rotate. Pivot means hinge only, no? Pivot means the same thing. Pivot is the same thing. Hinge, pivot joint are the same thing. That's only difference of the degree of freedom. That's it. Okay. So suppose this is a chamber in which you have a magnetic field. So the magnetic field is from one end to the another end. Magnetic field is from one end to the another end. So it is like this. It is in this direction, horizontal. So from one end of your wall to the other end of the wall, two opposite facing walls. Okay, two opposite facing wall you can understand like that. Two opposite facing wall you can understand like that. Okay, I'll try to draw a different figure. It will become more complicated. Okay, let me draw a different figure. Yeah, this one will be much better. Suppose if this is a magnetic field, okay, and this is a rod. This is a rod, okay, and this rod moves like this. Now, what will happen? This is same as we have studied earlier, motional EMF. Okay, motional EMF, first topic we have studied like this only. Okay, that the P end will become positively charged and Q end will become slightly negative charge. Okay, B is inward, and EMF, induced EMF. EMF induced, what we have studied is BL into B. L is the length of the conductor, B is the velocity, B is the magnetic field. Okay, so this is the first thing. Suppose when the rod is perpendicular, okay, exactly perpendicular, what you have to do now, you just visualize one thing. Okay, from one face of the wall, the magnetic field lines are originating and it is moving onto the other face of the just opposite face. Okay, two walls, okay, two walls, okay, of your room in which you are sitting, just see them. One face, the magnetic field lines originate, and at the other end, okay. Now keep your book, anything, your book or your pen, pencil, anything, okay, vertical, okay, just hold it vertical, such that the area of your book faces the area of the book, the plane of the book faces to the wall, like that you have to do. Okay, so can you see that the maximum number of flux passes through it? Can you see that maximum number of flux passes through it? Yes. Can you visualize it? Yes. In this case, maximum number of flux are passing through the book. Yes or no? How many of you can visualize that? What you have to do? One wall, one side of the wall is north, and the just opposite side of the wall is south. Okay. Just keep a book, or imagine a book which is you are holding, okay, such that the area, such that the face of the book is facing towards one wall and the other face of the book is facing towards the another wall. Okay, so in that case the maximum number of flux lines are passing through it, so it is BLV, that is BLV. Now in the second case, okay, what we are doing, suppose we have a magnetic field like that. We are having a magnetic field like this only. Okay, the same pattern we are having. I'm having the same pattern of the magnetic field lines. But the rod is not like this now. The rod is not like this. Rod is right now, it's like this. Like this. Okay, the rod is moving like this. V velocity, L length, P and Q. Now you tell me how many field lines will be crossing this? Will field lines cross this? Will any field line cross this? Will any field line cross this? Yes. No field lines will flow through it. Okay. It's same like suppose if this is a magnetic field line, okay. If this is a magnetic field line like this, okay, if we have a magnetic field line, so you are keeping a plane like this, a horizontal plane you are keeping. Okay, so no field lines are crossing this one. Okay, no field lines are crossing this. So in this case, if flux is zero, what is EMF induced? In this case, if flux is zero, what is EMF induced? What is induced EMF in this case? What is induced EMF in this case? Yes, it's zero. It's zero. It is zero. Okay, now in the third case, suppose in the third case, neither it is perpendicular exactly like a case 1, neither it is completely horizontal like case 2, it is slightly bent. We have bent it slightly. Okay, we have bent it like this. Understood? We are bending it slightly like this. So when you bend it like this and the velocity is in this direction, velocity is in this direction. So what is happening? What is happening? The L sine theta component, L sine theta component, okay? L sine theta component where theta is this angle, theta is this angle. So this projection, this vertical projection, okay? This vertical projection, L sine theta, L sine theta is moving, and the horizontal component, okay, the horizontal component will be along. So EMF induced, EMF induced, EMF induced will be how much? It will be BVL sine of theta. Okay, it will be BVL into L sine of theta. The vertical component which will cross the magnetic field. It is same like, suppose if I have this rod which is bent at certain angle with vertical, okay, or sorry, with horizontal, okay. So this will be the vertical portion and this will be the horizontal component of that. Okay, now due to this portion of the rod, due to the horizontal, due to the vertical projection of the rod only, what will happen? The magnetic field lines will be cutting, and due to this portion already we have studied. See, this is a combination of first and the second case. Due to this one, due to this rod, okay, this horizontal one, it is zero, and due to vertical, whatever length is there, we substitute put it over here. Okay, I hope you have understood this concept. Okay, this is just a simple illustration, okay, that you should remember. I hope all of you have understood this point. Any doubt with this now? Is there any doubt? Yes. Anybody else who's having any doubt? Shall I move ahead? Shall I move ahead now? Okay. From horizontal, how much you have bent? Theta is from horizontal, how much you have bent? Theta is from horizontal, how much you have bent? Okay. Theta is from horizontal, how much you have bent? Understood? Did you understand it? Or it may be same like this also. It may be like this also. See here. If rod is kept like this, if rod is kept like this, okay. If rod is kept like this, okay. Now from horizontal, the velocity is in this direction. Velocity is in this direction. Okay. Understood? Velocity is in this direction. So here also theta you have to assume. Here also you have to assume the theta. Okay. So when the velocity of the rod is in angle theta with the length of the rod, okay, with the length of the rod, in that case you will take that thing. Okay. So along the length of the rod and whatever is the velocity. Okay, I'm writing that also. You should not get confused. Okay, so theta is angle between a velocity of rod. Okay, so where is the velocity? In this direction. See here, velocity between velocity of rod and length of rod. Where is length of rod? How you will show the length of rod? Length of rod is this. Length of rod is this line. Yes. And where is the velocity here? So what is the angle between them? This. Now did you understand? Now did you understand the theta? Yes. Surya, now did you understand the theta? Okay, fine. Now if I take any random shaped wire, okay, then what will happen? Now if I take any random shaped wire, then what will happen? Same as like that. Okay, now you have to answer it. Suppose it is somewhat like this. Okay, somewhat like this. This is end A, this is end B. Any random shaped wire, and this moves like this. Okay, so here also what you will do, EMF induced across AB. EMF induced across AB is, yes, shortest distance between AB you will check. Okay, shortest distance. So this distance is suppose L. Suppose I am telling you this distance as L. So it becomes BV into L. Okay, it becomes BV into L. Okay. Now same way, same wire. Okay, same wire AB. Okay, AB. This is the length. This is the length. Okay. But right now, what is happening? This is moving in this direction. The velocity is not as we have drawn over here. You can see this. Okay. So now what you will do, you will take this as theta. The angle between length, okay, and as well as the velocity. The angle between length as well as the velocity. Understood? So here what you will do, EMF induced across AB, what you will write? So which component will be giving you the velocity, EMF? This component of velocity will give you the, this component will be giving you the velocity, okay? And this component will be not giving you the EMF. So this is what? V sine of theta, and this one is what? V cos of theta. So in this case, what I have to write? B, what is V value? V sine of theta, okay, into L. And if I calculate AB due to B, V cos of theta into L, so this value, okay, into L, this value has to be 0. This value has to be 0. Okay, this value has to be 0 corresponding to A cos theta. Understood? So I'm removing this. This is not required over here, and unnecessary you'll get confused. So it is BVL sine of theta, BVL into sine theta. Either you take L sine theta or I will take V sine of theta. It is up to you. Okay. Now comes the main thing. Now comes a tricky part in this. All of you just see it clearly and then try to answer. Okay. Don't hurry it up and then answer. So this is a semicircle. Actually, this is a semicircle. This is end A. This is end B. This is the top portion C. Okay. this part of the wire, this is a wire which moves with the velocity v, and the magnetic field value, the magnetic field is like this, cross. Okay, magnetic field value is crossed. Now you have to tell me, okay, EMF. Okay, I'll just highlight it. So this is A, this is A, this is B, this is C. Okay, so EMF across AC, EMF across BC, and EMF across AB. Yes. One by one. One by one, we'll analyze all the three. So what did I tell you? Between the ends, you see the length. Okay. If R is the radius, if suppose R is the radius, okay, R is the radius of this, radius is R, radius is R, suppose. Okay. So what is this distance? What will be this distance? 2R. So corresponding to this distance, will you have any EMF induced? If the wire is moving like that, if I had an equivalent wire kept like AB, okay, if I had a wire which was kept like this, okay, in this magnetic field, will you have any kind of EMF induced across AB? I'm asking. Across AB, I'm asking, okay. What you have to do, you have to just see the length between the edges. You have to just see the length between the edges. So what is the EMF across AB? So it's 0. Very good. It's 0. 4-5 people have answered it. Sanjeet, Deepika, Vimal, Balaji, Tara, Gautam, Surya. Okay, all these people have written correct. Across AB, the EMF is 0. Now the next is across AC. So this is AC. If you can see, this one will be AC. Okay, AC. This length you will have. Okay, this length. And BC, you will be having this length. BC, you will be having this length. Okay. Now what you have to do? You have to just see the perpendicular components and the component along. You have to just resolve it. You have to just resolve it because it is slant. Okay, it is slant in size. So what I'm doing is, just see here. For AC, I'm doing right now. For AC, I'm doing, so one is this, and one will be this one, as well as this one. So I guess due to this portion, due to this highlighted portion, you have to tell me first. Due to this highlighted portion, what is the EMF induced? Due to this, what is the EMF induced? Due to this, what is the EMF induced? Due to this, what is the EMF induced? 0. Okay. Now, due to this, what is the EMF induced? Due to this, what is the EMF induced? Due to this highlighted portion, is it BVL sine theta or it is BVR? Very good. Who has written this? Deepika, Sanjeet, Nagaraju, Gautam. BVR. Very good. It is BVR. Just see here. What is this? This is also a radius. This is also a radius. Yes or no? So what you have to write it? BVR. And BC also will become similarly BVR. Is that clear? Anybody is having any doubt in this, just ask now itself, because little bit it's tricky. Okay, but it's not difficult. It's just a thing that you have to think about it. Okay, you have to just think about it, and I'm sure you will get it. Yes. Have you all understood this point? Have you all understood this point? Yeah, component only I'm taking, but that component is what? R only, na? That component is R only, na? What is that length? What is that length? What is that length? It is R only, na? What is that length? It's R only, na? Okay. So that is BVR. Fine. That's BVR. Now we have to find out higher potential and lower potential end. Now we have to find out higher potential end and lower potential end. So here I will be writing high potential end, and here I will be writing low potential end. Now you just, for BC section, forget about, sorry, for AC section first we'll do. We will forget about BC part. We'll forget about that there is any BC over here. We'll just focus on AC portion. We will just focus on this AC portion over here. We will just focus on this AC portion. Okay. Now you tell me, okay, that which part will be at high potential. Which part is at high potential? Yes, just put your fingers, 4 fingers in the direction of magnetic field, thumb in the direction of velocity. Your palm will face towards C. Your palm will face towards C. So C is a high potential end. C is a high potential end and A is a low potential end. So C is high potential end. C is high potential end. Okay. C is high potential end. So positive I'm writing. A is minus potential. Okay. Slightly lower potential. Now, can you tell for BC part? Can you tell for BC part? Can you tell for BC part? BC part. Can you tell for the BC part? Which part is high? For BC part, which part is high? C only. And B is low. B is low. Okay. So again, for this portion also, C is high and B is low. Is it okay? Now, I'm going to say one thing. All of you just focus and then try to understand. All of you just focus and try to understand. See here. When you move this semicircular wire inside a magnetic field with a velocity v, see what is actually happening. From A to B, as you move from A to B, A to C, okay, from A to C as you move, what is happening? The potential is building. The potential is building. Okay, the potential is building. And again from C to B when you are moving, the potential is decreasing. What is happening? From C to B, the potential is decreasing. So how much the potential has increased from A to C, that much of potential will decrease from C to B. Again, I'm repeating, the amount of potential it is increasing from A to C, the equal amount of potential is decreasing from C to B. Correct? And so the net potential across A and B is 0. So the net potential across A and B is 0. Did you get it? So if suppose between A to C, what is happening? If there is a battery of 2 volt connected like this, okay, I'm drawing an imaginary battery in this case. This is end A, this is end C, this is end B. Okay, these are the 2 ends. You have to connect a battery now. So if I'm connecting a battery, so how it is connected? See, A is at a smaller potential, C is at higher potential, like this. Again, C is at higher potential, B is at lower potential. Understood? Now, what is the EMF over here? EMF over here is BVR. BVR. Here also it is what? BVR. Suppose if this was 2 volt and this was also 2 volt. So the net potential across AB is what? 0 only. The batteries are connected in same sense or opposite sense? Yes, the batteries are connected opposing each other or supporting each other. Here the batteries are connected to support each other or to oppose each other. Yes, to oppose each other. So that's why what is happening? That's why what is happening? This BVR is getting cancelled by this BVR. So that's why the potential between A and B, I can say it's 0. Okay, so between A and B, I cannot draw any EMF, but between AC and CB, I can draw an EMF. I hope this is clear to all of you. Yes, is it clear to everyone? Is this point clear to everyone? No, 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 not plus BVR and minus BVR. It's not like that. It's not like that, Balaji, that plus BVR and minus BVR. It's BVR only. It is the only way how you are connecting a battery. It is the only way how you are connecting a battery. Okay. In electricity, you have already studied that thing. Na? That if you have a battery like this, suppose if I'm having a battery like this, okay, then what you do, 2 plus 2, this becomes 4 volt. This becomes 4 volt. Okay. But if it is connected like this, 2 and 2 becomes 0. Or if I do it like this, if I do it like this, 2 and 2, this becomes also 0. So it is the same way. See here, high potential over here, okay, and high potential over here. Okay, so then A, between A and B, it becomes 0. So the motional EMF, the topic of motional EMF is now finished. Okay. Tomorrow we will be doing some questions on this. Okay, I have not added questions today. Okay, I thought of taking any doubts if you are having in this chapter. Okay, so from starting itself, I'll just keep on every slide, and if you have, and if you can think of any doubt you have in any of the slide, okay, I'll start from today's lecture. I'll start from today's lecture only, then I'll go back. Okay, so today we had started from this point. If you have any doubt, okay, that you want to ask, you can ask. Okay, this is what we have done today. Yes, if you have any doubt, you can ask now. If you're not having any doubt, I will start with the questions then. Yes, then I'll not be able to give you any doubt clarification session on this topic. In this portion, if anybody is having any doubt, you can take the slides also. Simultaneously, you can take the slides also if you don't have any doubt. You can take the slides also. Okay. EMF induced represents the potential difference. Yes, yes. Potential difference. Yes, potential difference. See, EMF is basically a potential difference only. Okay. EMF is basically a potential difference only between the two terminals when current is not drawn from it. When current is not drawn from it. Okay. Just now I'll show you a case. Okay, where there will be a drop in potential and where this chapter will be linked with the current electricity. Just now I'll show you. If you're not asking any doubts, I'll continue with the question. Okay, just take the slide, this one also. This is the last slide for the day. Okay, so nobody is having any doubt. Fine. Then I'm going to take a question. Okay. Just see here. There is a region, okay, with across the magnetic field. With across the magnetic field, we have a region. Okay. Across the magnetic field is there everywhere. Okay. And a semicircular ring. Okay. A semicircular ring is falling. A semicircular ring is falling with the velocity v. This is the semicircular ring. Okay. So this is M, this is Q, and this is N. Okay. So we have a thin semicircular ring, okay, of radius R, which is falling vertically downward, okay, like this. It is falling vertically downward. Now we have to find out the induced EMF. Induced EMF. Yes. Induced EMF. So I guess this is the third question. Two questions we have done previously. One question is this. Third question. So induced EMF will be what? Yes. So I've already told you that you have to see, okay, the length. Okay. So which length we will see? Induced EMF across the ring if it is asked. So induced EMF across MQ. Okay. MQ. Fine. So you have to see this length. This length over here you have to see. So what is that length? What will be this length? Yes. What will be this length? Are you people able to hear me? Why you are not replying? This is 2R. This is 2R. Now, is it moving perpendicular to the magnetic field or it is along the magnetic field? Is it perpendicular or is it along? Yes. Okay. So Surya, you have given correct answer. Okay, I have got at least one correct answer. What is EMF induced? BLV or BVL. I have given you magnetic field value. I have given you velocity value. Length is 2R. Okay. So the EMF induced is 2BV into R with minus sign. Because we are doing the numericals, I have to introduce minus sign over here because it's an induced EMF. Because it is an induced EMF. Did you understand this now? The EMF induced across AB is this. Now, which end is positive, which end is negative, which end is higher potential, which end is lower potential? Which end is higher potential, which end is lower potential? Which end is higher potential and which end is lower potential? Yes, Q is high and M is low. Q is high, M is low. Okay. So if I have to draw a equivalent, electron, this circuit, okay. So this will be M, this will be Q. So I should draw it like this. Okay. So E is equals to 2 BVR. 2 BVR. Okay. This is Q, this is M. This is how you will be drawing. You just put your fingers in the direction of magnetic field and thumb should point downward towards minus y-axis. The face of your palm will face towards Q. Okay. In that case, Q will become lower high potential and M will become low potential. Is it okay? Fine. Now the fourth question, okay, the variation of fourth, like the illustration that we have done, okay. So suppose this is a rail, okay. I have already told you what is a rail, okay. Now this portion, the rail has a resistance now. In the previous illustration here, just check it out here. In this case, this rail, okay, this complete black colored rail, whatever I'm pointing right now, whatever I'm highlighting right now, was not having any kind of resistance, okay. This blue color, whatever I'm highlighting right now, okay, is a rail and it was not having any kind of resistance. This one, okay, this one was not having any kind of resistance, but now they are having a resistance R in them. This is having a equivalent resistance R in them. And this is a rod, okay, this is a rod over here. This is a rod over here. AB is the rod, okay. It moves in this direction with the velocity 2 meters per second, okay. Magnetic field value is 10 Tesla. Magnetic field value is 10 Tesla. This resistance, okay, this value of resistance I'm giving to you is 5 ohms. Is it fine? Length of the rod, the length of the rod, okay, is suppose 2 meters. Calculate current in the circuit. Calculate current in circuit. Yes, calculate current in the circuit. How we will do this? Magnetic field direction is inward. Magnetic field direction is inward. Magnetic field direction is inward. Anyway, if magnetic field direction is not given, okay, the value of current is not going to change. If I'm not giving you the magnetic field direction, the value of current is not going to change. Okay, with the direction of magnetic field, only the direction of current would change. Okay. What is the current in the circuit? So what you have to do, first we'll find out the induced EMF. So induced EMF is BVL. So B value is 10, velocity is 2, and L is also 2. So this becomes 40 volt. This becomes 40 volt. Now, current in the circuit is V is equals to IR. Okay. So current is, we have to find out. So it will be V by R, resistance R. So V value is 40, R is 5. So this becomes 8 ampere. And what is the direction? So the direction will be in like anti-clockwise. Okay. The direction will be anti-clockwise direction. Is it correct? Anti-clockwise direction, because it is moving in that direction and A will be higher end. A will be at higher potential. Is it clear to everyone? Okay. So just take this also. Okay. Tomorrow we will do more complicated questions. Okay. On this kind of question number 4. Okay. We'll see more variations in this. And tomorrow probably we'll finish motional EMF. And from Monday, we will start new topic in this chapter. Okay. So with this, I'm ending this session. I hope you have taken this screenshot. If anybody is having any doubt, you can ask right now. If anybody is having any doubt, you can ask right now. Okay. So Today you'll get the homework in right hand thumb rule is used no right hand thumb rule is not used over here. Better using from right hand thumb rule, you first find out which one is the higher potential end and you just assume a battery over there and then you can start a current from there. Okay, that is the best thing to do. How current is clockwise. Did you understand this concept? This one over here. Yes, this one. This one over here. What is the direction of current in this figure? What is the direction of current? Just right at the bottom you see. Is it the same case? I have just given you the values. I have just given you the values over here. I have only given you the values over here. Okay. It is same as this illustration. That's why I told you that this illustration is very, very important. Don't take it for granted. Okay. We'll do lot many problems on this. Fine. Okay. So with this, I'm ending this session. I hope nobody is having any doubt. Anybody is having any doubt, you can ask.